Fort Myers Republican Representative Ray Rodriguez is the bill's House sponsor. He says he first got involved when he and Senate sponsor Fleming Island Republican Rob Bradley sat on the Joint Legislative Auditing Commission last year.
Sitting on the Joint Legislative Auditing Committee, we were confronted with a situation where there was a municipality, and this came out through an Auditor General report, that was deriving essentially the entire city budget based upon traffic citations that were being offered, which we found not something that we would want to encourage here in the state of Florida. And the city had apparently been doing it for a while, we learned in the testimony from the county sheriff who appeared before our committee.
The city in question is Waldo, which is in Bradley's district and is known as one of the worst speed traps in the nation.
When the Joint Legislative Auditing Committee ended its work and our session ended, something occurred with the city of Waldo where there was a whistleblower that worked for the police department there that revealed they were actually under a quota on traffic tickets that they were required to issue each shift. Now, many people believe that the Florida statutes prohibit the establishment of traffic quotas, but unfortunately there appears to be a gray area in the statute that involves municipalities and county sheriff's office.
And he says he got on board with looking into legislation letting Senator Bradley take the lead.
So what Senator Bradley wanted to do was A, tighten that noose and eliminate that gray area, and B, create a process where we can learn which police departments are deriving a significant portion of their revenue from the issuing of traffic citations. In essence, we're trying to eliminate policing for profit with this bill.
So what does the measure exactly do? Here's Senator Rob Bradley.
This bill clarifies that under law, traffic citation quotas are illegal in all county and municipal traffic enforcement agencies and their jurisdictions. It also requires a county or municipality to submit a report to the Legislative Auditing Committee within 6 months after the end of the fiscal year if the revenues received from traffic citations are more than 33% of the cost to operate the local law enforcement agency.
It has the support of law enforcement groups like the Florida Police Benevolent Association as well as the Florida Police Chiefs Association. It also has the support of AAA. Here's its lobbyist and former House Speaker Lee Moffitt. He says the Motor Club has been working for decades to correct what he calls, quote, traffic trap problems, not just in Florida, but in other states.
In Florida, those efforts included officially as far back as 1995 designating the towns of Waldo, Lottie, and Hampton as traffic traps following months of investigation in which, in our opinion, proved these towns were not conducting traffic law enforcement as a means for safety, but trying to use the revenues for operation of their local governments.
And he says using AAA's online map service to plan road trips called TripTics, the Motor Club wanted to make motorists aware of the areas in question.
AAA identified those towns on TripTics, if you remember the TripTics at AAA, and we had big stamps that showed, traffic traps so that people would avoid when they were going through Waldo and Lottie in Hampton to be careful of those areas because of the traffic traps they were running.
So in essence, Moffitt says this bill is a long time coming.
We tried back then to get a bill passed to stop quotas, but there was no appetite back then. So 20 years later, it's certainly not too late to stop this problem from ever happening again.
So far, the Senate has unanimously passed the measure sending that bill to the House. With weeks left in session, the House is expected to take up the measure soon. For WFSU News, I'm Sasha Kortner.